Hey guys!
I'm Sarah.
I'm Kaitlyn.
We are your
best friends. Today we are giving you a little wake-up call / pep talk /
reality check / this is gonna make you happy.
And maybe not worried about the future. Sarah and I know what a lot of people we realize don't actually know. It's that a lot of you guys are stuck on a hamster wheel of just constantly working towards the next thing in life. Get to college so you'll be happy, get the degree so you get the job, so you get the money so you'll be happy. Then once you get the money, save for retirement so that when you get to retirement, you can retire on the beach and then you can be happy. This very anxiety-inducing and unsatisfying culture that we live in is driving us. So if you are stressed about your future, we're just going to drop some truth about what we actually need in life, what real success is, and it's going to set you free.
Yep. That was a great way to say it.
Thank you very much. We'll just be quick in saying, please subscribe to our channel.
Check out our website, yourbestfriends.org, to see why we even have a YouTube channel. There's a donate button if you ever want to donate money to us. We'd really appreciate it because we need donations in order to continue expanding what we're doing.
Let's get into it. A lot of us are on a ladder. We're trying to climb the ladder of success in life. But on every little step of the ladder, once we reach our achievements, we're constantly reaching towards that next little reward that we get out of them. Especially in American culture, ever since that we're young, we're just trained to constantly work towards the next thing, I would say. And we're constantly thinking that the next thing is going to be what makes us happy or what makes us satisfied. And the examples are being in high school and not being able to wait till you get to college.
Yeah, working so hard on applications, being perfect to get into the dream college.
And then working so hard in college just to get your degree so that you can make a lot of money. Then working so hard at your job, wasting your life away slaving so that you can get the promotion. And then once you get the promotion, slaving to upkeep the promotion so you can make more money. And it's all a constant pursuit of what could possibly come for the next day. What could possibly bring us happiness or fulfillment. And it's a huge trap because
when you put it that way, you begin to see that you're actually constantly striving for a destination that even when you reach it, there's another destination. So we're living in this ladder climbing thing, and I feel it myself too. We just have this natural thing in us that is striving for the next without realizing it. But when we spit it out, we put it into that analogy, you realize, wait, so you're right. What is the point of reaching the next and the next if even when I reach the next, I'm on to the next?
And even when you reach the next, it doesn't fill you up like you thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Like, think about how hype you get for that next thing, thinking that you're going to really be happy this time. You're really going to be fulfilled this time once you get that thing that is in the distance. And then you get there and everything is pretty much feels the same. I mean, you might have a moment.
It's not even. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a moment of elation or like moment of like feeling happy, but then you are still dealing with the same like lack of something inside of you.
So even sometimes, most of the time, in reaching even the highest levels of success, which we would define high levels of success in a general way, would be the money, the fame, or reaching everything that you wanted to reach, right? And
highest level of everything.
When you reach that, we find that people actually, it's the hardest because you reached it, but every normal problem that you've ever had, every emptiness, every hole in your heart, every lack of relationship, every problem in your family, it never did go away. And if anything, it's even worse because everything's still the same, although the labels all got higher. How hard is that to deal with realizing that once you reached everything that you wanted, there was still such emptiness deep inside of you?
Yep.
That's hard. And I know that's not a made up concept. I brought this up before, but why is it that it's always a sad example? Mac Miller, he passed away. He's a rapper. He got famous quick. He was really well known, really well loved, made cool music. He had all the money. He could get any girl He had all of the fame, and how did he pass away? He passed away by drug overdose. And we see many other celebrities pass away for the same reason. And it's ironic that you would think the people at the top who got everything us regular people strive for, they die by a voluntary way. They die from a reality alterer. Drugs help you alter your reality. If you're anxious, smoke some weed to alter the anxiety, to mellow you out. If you are depressed, use this drug to seek a better reality.
Yeah.
Why do the people who reach the top of the pyramid want to alter the reality that we're all striving for? So this is going to be a sick video in that we're going to break it down, and we're going to give you actually the way to have a good life. And you could already have it right in front of you. You just never saw it until we just broke it down and said, hey, it's really not normal. It's really not how you want to live to constantly be seeking the next thing, because emptiness stays if it's never actually dealt with at the core.
If you believe us by this point that it's a problem, you're probably like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like, what? That's true. Now I'm freaked out because I'm so excited for the next thing. You know, these things in life aren't bad. Like, it's not bad to get a college degree.
Nope.
It's not bad to get a job. It's not bad to be blessed in that you're making money in your job.
And have plans. Not bad at all. It's amazing.
Not bad at all. The problem comes when we are putting all of our hope and all of our thought and all of our
security
in what's going to come next. And as a result, we're not actually thinking about what really matters, which is our eternity. That's why all me and Sarah need in this life is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because in America, we're always working towards like a tomorrow, but in this life, tomorrow doesn't always come. But when you know Jesus, and because you believe in him, you are going to heaven, there actually is always a tomorrow. It's just one day it's going to be in an eternity.
A perfect eternity.
A perfect eternity. Even just knowing that, it sounds simple, it sounds basic, but for me, that changes everything of how I live and how I act, and whether or not I'm even anxious or worried about the things in this life, because I've already got the biggest question of life figured out, which is what happens after I die.
Yeah.
I just say that to say that's the problem with this little ladder thing, this little hamster wheel, is so many of you are going to die. Well, I don't know if you guys are, but so many
Everybody's
people.
gonna die.
Everyone's gonna die. But so many people are going to die, and they are going to spend their whole life building up these treasures on earth, which is what Jesus said, building up these treasures on earth that they don't get to take with them, and they're going to pass away one day, and then they have to stand with their creator, and they wish that they focused more on what was eternal, because that's what really matters.
Yeah, and if I were to hear this too, I'd be like, the whole ignorance is bliss thing. I'd think you guys are being so extra. I believe in Jesus Christ. I know I'm going somewhere, but what about right now? It's a balance what we're saying, because ignorance is bliss. Like, it's easy for us to just forget that we don't know about tomorrow. It's so easy to just like YOLO it out. I would rather do that. I would rather YOLO it out. I'd rather live it up all the time, because we never know what tomorrow brings. That's not the truth. And that's why in the Bible it says it's better to go to a funeral than to go to a feast.
Yes.
And you're going to like this. This is going to bring you hope. And that is that a funeral really stops you in your tracks. It shows you that control and life's systems really are just an illusion. And the ladder is an illusion. Do you really think that person who got in a car accident was planning on dying that day? Do you really think that that person who got that sickness was planning on that? We all have plans. I have plans. I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to have kids, right? Like, I'm not planning on dying anytime soon, but that's how life can be. And so this isn't going to depress me, because I know my tomorrow is always okay with Jesus Christ, but it helps, like you're saying, reshape our life. So I don't actually have to be anxious about the destination all the time. With Jesus Christ, which we're going to explain, everything's recategorized, everything's reorganized.
It reshapes your life. And that's the point, is Jesus did command, like, do not be anxious about tomorrow. When our whole value of life is in the ladder and our security's in the ladder, there's also a lot of anxiety that comes, because if you lose all the money, or if you lose the job, or if you lose whatever it was that you were working towards, that's all that you really had hope in anyway. Me and Sarah, personally, like, we both come to a point in our life where we're very content where we are. If God blesses us, we're so happy. We want to work hard. We want to do things that will leave a life behind us. It's not just about what we can do for ourselves, but obviously we have moments of worry and occasional moments of anxiousness. We're not perfect, but our life is not categorized by the fact that everything could just crumble in the moment. We're actually very secure if God takes us to a high place and if God brings us to a low place. And that's kind of what life looks like. It's not going to be all high places. It's not going to be all low places. If you're stressed about your future, it's because you don't have a security that can really promise you anything. The world is only going to promise you empty promises. It's only going to promise you, just keep working hard and then you'll get here and you'll be happy. But I think you know by this point it's not true.
The two things I have to say to add to what you're saying is, if you feel like you have this constant hole in your heart and like no matter what, you have this emptiness and you have this desire for purpose and fulfillment, you can try everything you want in this world, but the only thing that satisfies that hole and brings true purpose and fulfillment is Jesus Christ. The whole world is longing for purpose and fulfillment, and they always find temporary fulfillment. Temporary. It could even last 5-10 years, or it can go until somebody's 90 years old and they realize that they had a life, they made it all, they strived and they reached all the places they wanted to. But at the end of the day, they're still going to enter into eternity and have to face the fact that they never even knew their creator, and there are wages to that. So one, if you feel like you're craving purpose and you've never had it before, ask Jesus Christ into your life and start reading in the book of John. Secondly, as well, so you might be asking, okay, so you guys are telling me these things. What's the balance between planning my life but also having peace? Because I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be anxious. Maybe your parents don't have money, so you're really like grinding in order to reach it to the next level. I'll say something, then feel free to say whatever. It's so important to plan. The Lord loves those who, whatever they have around them, whatever finances you have, whatever abilities you have, to use them to your best ability and to grow what you have right in front of you. So it's very important to plan. It's so important to be responsible. If you got dirty dishes, you got to be cleaning your dirty dishes. If you have a room right now, clean your room. We want to master the little things in our life right now. The hard thing is that we tend to compare to the world and what we see on Instagram and on Facebook. So I'm technically fighting invisible battles. I see that this person has all of these accomplishments, all this. So I'm thinking, I got to get there, and I'm struggling an invisible struggle. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Fighting the invisible struggle. I have not been called to those places yet, but here I am feeling stressed that I need to get there. Yeah. When you believe in Jesus Christ, you realize that every single day that you live, you're placed where you are exactly on purpose. The co-workers around you, you've been placed in the midst of that for a purpose. The summer that you have nothing to do, you've been placed in that summer with nothing to do, with lessons to learn. Jesus Christ brings purpose to every place we're at in life. That's exciting because you first of all accept this peace that whatever your life circumstances are right now, poor, wealthy, struggling, comparing, happy, that is where you are placed in the moment, and you don't have to be stressed because you're comparing to that person and trying to get to that person's stuff. Stay in your own lane first and foremost and plan. It's good to plan, but plan out of a place of peace, not insecurity. Insecurity like, my parents never gave me anything and I want to strive to be what they were never for me. That's a cool desire to want to give your kids a future that you never had, but just do it with Jesus, because he'll replace the insecurities with more purpose, and that way you're being fueled by something that's not insecure. That's not like when you get there, nothing changed. Jesus will help or rearrange what's driving you to the places you want to go to. And then also, you want to think about the things that are propelling you, like I just mentioned. So if what's propelling you is this emptiness, the emptiness does not go away. It doesn't. No. So accept Christ into your life, start reading your Bible, and start asking what's propelling you. And then as far as striving for your goals and reaching them, I already said this with the calling stuff. Strive for them, fight, but do it from a place of peace, not from a place of stress. Because what Jesus wants is for us to realize in our hearts to rely on him. Like, me and Kaitlyn, I still honestly have moments of feeling like depressed or sad or lost, because as long as I'm here on this imperfect world and I'm in my imperfect body, I'm not perfect here, like ever. I know Jesus Christ, and I still have moments where life is going so good and I'm thinking, is it gonna get bad? I'm bored even after this amazing day. I'm just a human. So you kind of just want to do with Jesus Christ and go to him with all of your random things.
If you're sad or depressed or feeling purposeless, it's really encouraging to know that no matter what your circumstances are, you have everything right in front of you to be able to rejoice.
Yeah.
And I say that because the Bible tells us that we're supposed to rejoice in the Lord and to rejoice in our salvation. That means that you don't need anything to choose to have joy. I know that life is tough sometimes, but even in pain, there can be joy.
Yeah.
I know for us, that helps so much because all we really need in life is we got the hard stuff figured out. We can rejoice in the Lord. I mean, that's a big deal that we have an eternal hope. And then on top of that, you got good friends and relationships. That's what makes life very sweet too, is to have people that you love with you. And it's so ironic because, you know, the thing about the whole working hard, or it's not bad to work hard. Please don't think that we're saying that for this video. But even a practical thing is a lot of people neglect their own personal relationships in pursuit of those goals that might never come. They realize like they've been working for 10 years and they don't have any more friends, or they haven't talked to their family much. And some of that like might be necessary if you're like really in a season where you need to grind. But I just realized that too, like personal relationships are just so sweet and they're God's gift to us. God doesn't want us to live alone. If you don't have friends, like email us so that we can pray for you.
Yeah, we can pray for you to have friends. I want to ask you too, some people just work certain jobs and do certain things to please other people. Like some of you might have parents in which you're only doing what you're doing so that you satisfy the reputation that they seek for you. Like you might have a job that you're working in and it's only because you want to make your parents proud and you want to be the daughter or son that they can brag about in the future. I'm not going to name any degrees. I'm not going to name any jobs. But that's an example. I want you to ask, why are you in certain positions? Because there is, when you discover Christ and when you know him, you realize there is no perfect way to live in this life. Just recently, me and my friends have been talking about, we've all been talking about, we live in a wealthy part of Florida, and you could be so easy to soak up the idea that you have to make over $100,000 so that you could have the nice house and car. If you want to live here, it's over that. But then we realized I don't desire a massive house and the nicest car and the boat. I actually am so content being able to surf for free, exercise for free, well, gym membership, have a latte and hang out with my friends and do YouTube with a camera and speak about the good news. I really don't need as much money as I think. And it was a weird reality check when you realize, so I don't have to be striving for $100,000. Does my life look different than the extremely wealthy person? Yes, because I can't on a dime go on a private jet somewhere. But I kind of don't care because life with Christ actually brings the most unexpected and sweetest blessings. I've been blessed with being able to go on certain trips and vacations because God awarded that to me. He gave me the gift. So I just want to let you know, like, you don't have to muscle your way to receive some results. If you do it with Christ, let's say, I'm not pushing anybody to quit their job or quit a major. Keep doing it if that's what you want to do. But I want to ask you, why? Because if you think that you have to work to get everything you want, I'm telling you, with Christ, there's a whole other system where you might actually sacrifice the things that look pleasing to man, not get that position, or say no to that opportunity because Christ gave you peace about it. And then 2 years later, you're rewarded in ways that bring you much more peace and fulfillment than if you were to say yes to the opportunity, make it to the top of the ladder, but still have emptiness. I hope my point is coming across properly, but I just want you to examine and ask why you're doing some things, because you definitely don't want to live a life all your life that was just to please men, to please your parents, to look good to the world, to look like the perfect American dream maker. Like, cool, that lasts for a while, but like I said about the funerals, one day it will all be over. What did you leave on this earth? What did you leave with your friendships? When people are in the hospital, all that matters in that time is friends and family. That's it. Not their investments, not anything like that. All they care about is just their friends and family know they love them. That's it. And we want to plan, we want to work hard to leave our future generations something. I want to leave my kids a lot, but that comes with Christ. I don't want to do that without Christ or out of a place of fear.
Yep. So, I mean, I hope that this video helped you. I hope that it gave you the perspective that there are people who don't live the way the world lives and see the world a little differently, because Sarah and I definitely don't think the way this American culture does. It's freeing, because if you're trapped in the cycle, you're feeling anxious, there is a hope very much outside of it. So I just want to say that I hope this video did that for you.
Yeah, each of us are called to different positions, you guys. I want you to embrace that. Embrace that wherever I'm placed in my life right now, that's where the Lord called me. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to compare to the other person. This is where He called me. And if you're in a different position than us, if your life looks a little more unfair or uncertain or whatnot, you're placed there for a purpose. Don't be a victim to it. Be a conqueror. It says in the Bible, we are more than conquerors through Christ who gives us strength. I just don't want us to be raising victims to this world. If you're placed somewhere, you are powerful, and with the Lord, you can overcome the circumstances, and you'll actually see purpose and joy in the circumstances. And I want to encourage you with that as well. Do not forget to subscribe, you guys. We make these videos out of pure love for you.
Comment down below what you thought, what you're struggling with, and we will be sure to get back to you.
Yes.
Because we love you, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.